Good morning and sliding into afternoon. Nana here, also known as Judy Allen in San Antonio, Texas, with Teach Me Nana today. So, yay! I almost wanted to cry because I do say have some technology that isn't working correctly, but compared to Wednesday and last week, this is awesome, right? So, I am actually home. I just have one piece of equipment that's not working, so I'll have to get it to my techie. She's just really going to love me. But anyway, so today we're going to make a shaker card, all right? They're just fun to make and easy to make, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And this is just a beautiful card set, right? It's just beautiful, all-inclusive kit. So with that, let's go down the hands, because this Nana thought she was going to have to bang her head against the table today because of the fact that I had technology issues again. So there's one thing I really don't like is having technology issues, right? Everything's supposed to work when you push a button. All right, so these are what I have already made, okay? We already made this. This is an alternative we did here, right? Just adding some cardstock, and we took the back of a card here. So today, we're going to make the shaker card. And I've already pulled what we started going to get. So this is coordinating cardstock. This is Mossy Meadow. And what I have done, this is actually the back of the card, okay? So I've taken the back of the card, and we're going to use the front of the card too. You can see I've sized it down, and there's a reason. You'll see the reason here in a minute when we make the shaker card. And here's the inside of it. Now, I use this. You could do it, I guess, with the paper trimmer. You'd have to mark it all out. I use the deckled dies is what I did to cut it out. It just, for me, it was just easier than me to go and do it with my, especially since I had technology issues again, right? All right, so I just believe I'm being tested until it doesn't, try to let it slide, but we're going to trim this off just a little bit here too. Try to let the technology thing slide, but for me, I believe that when you have technology and equipment and you turn it on, it's supposed to work, right? So like the vacuum cleaner, your dishwasher, your water, electricity, any of those kind of stuff. Yeah, especially when you go without electricity, right? Because electricity goes off. But get right, you expect it to work. So for me, it's the same thing with technology. You know, you pay money to buy technology. So the thing is when I turn the button, say start, expect it to start. So anyway, that is what I'm doing today is venting. Okay, so when we make the shaker card, you want to make sure it's going to be a little bit smaller, a little bit less than what we're going to have here, right? In this particular case, this is going to frame over it. So it has to be just a little bit, so then when you flip it over, see how that's just going to be a little bit smaller? Okay, it just makes it easier than doing it from edge to edge. Okay, so what we're going to do here, this is like really easy. These are clear envelopes. I use them to put all my cards in. And all we're going to do is we're going to slide this in here like this. And we are going to end up making sure it's nice and snug each way, right? Want to be able to shake, but at the same time, I want to get my stuff tucked in. So I've just pulled some stuff that we can use to shake with. This is sort of a mixture of scoop stars and sequins and whatever. I actually had some bunch of hearts I punched out from something. And I almost was going to use those, but I thought these are nice and shiny and sparkly. So I'm into getting some nice shiny and sparkly stuff today. You can put as much as you want in here or as little as you want. I'm looking to see what kind of mess I'm doing. Usually I take a measuring, I usually try to do about at least an eighth. I know this is more than an eighth of a teaspoon. But I really want to shake. Alright, and it'll still shake, right? Some days I just like more bling than other days. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure it gets all down here, right? I just want to make sure it's all to the front as best I can. You know, some of it's going to get behind it, and it's okay. But I'm trying to get as much as I can in the front. I'm going to sort of toss it down here to the side, too. And the reason is we're going to fold this back as soon as we get this front on. So what we're going to do, sort of reminds me of what I do with the retreat packets. I put them in bags, right? And then I turn around and tighten it up and tape it down. So we're sort of going to tape this down, but not completely, okay? All right, so I've got it there, and we're still going to have some loose here. Now what I'm going to do is just what I was telling you. I'm going to come over here, and I'm just going to fold this over, and I'm going to use tear and tape on this. Now, some of the kits have tear and tape. This one does not, but I have tear and tape here. I'm going to go ahead and tape it here, and then I'm going to tear and tape on the other side. You can do it one of two ways. I've done it both ways. I was just trying to think if I might want to do some. To get this part down, I need tearing tape, right? And then from there, when I go to finish off the shaker, I can do something different, okay? So I'm just trying to get it squared off like right here, because we're going to be able to put it down just like this here. So I'm just trying to hide all of our work, all our behind the scenes stuff, right? So if you want to look and see how it's going to look, just see how your behind the scenes is going to look, right? So because I cut this a little bit shorter and I'm sitting here and tucking this all in, we're going to do the same thing with the corners, okay? Now the corners here don't have a lot we have to worry about, but still, right? So I'm just going to fold them back just like that, especially the ones where I have, here I'm just going to fold it back. In fact, I'm going to fold it in, most probably be better. And that way I'll just put it here and I'll pull it off. So yes, this Nana has been busy. I've been going to the farm, still doing painting. I'm believing that painting's hopefully almost done. I just don't think I want to keep on painting, right? I can make cards all day long, but painting all day long is like, oh my gosh. It's not like I'm like Leonardo da Vinci or somebody that, you know, my artwork is going to make me famous or anything. I'm just painting walls and trim work and stuff like that, right? So, alright. I'll have to, next time I go, I'll have to take pictures for you guys to show you. Alright, so now that I've got this done here, all I'm going to do, I've got my shaker card, right? So this is my shaker card. Alright, so I'm just going to put this like right here. Now I was going to lift mine up just a little. So I have some dimensional. So I'm just going to put my dimensionals here. And because we have this enclosed like this, and I've got it done, I'm just going to put this on the corners, right? Because this is a little bit smaller. So I can actually put the foam right here. The dimensionals on the corners and the sides, that should be good. And that is one of the advantages if you sit up there and make it just a little bit smaller and you're going to hide all of your work. That's just the easier way to do it. And we'll put some in the middle here. And we'll see how that looks. That might be too much. We'll see. We'll know in a minute. Okay? So before you just put everything down, just check it out and see how it's working out for you. Okay? So if I do it just like this here, see how it's going to, so I can show you. See how well you can see that. So if I go and anchor this down right now with the dimensionals, it's going to pretty much hide all the dimensionals, okay? And if it didn't, I could sit there and trim them off with scissors, right? So let's go ahead and we'll get this on here. And then we're just going to finish decorating the rest of this, and then we're going to make sure we get this on the back really good too. So the last thing I want to do is somebody to be shaking their shaker card and stuff comes out, which is sort of cute, right? If you got a sense of humor, and you like to do things that are fun. Oops. My daughter christened me with little Mickey Mouse confetti. That was fun. But not everybody would appreciate that, right? So that's just one thing you have to keep in mind. Not everybody will fully appreciate. Okay. So you do have to. So like I don't have it quite edge to edge. Just a second. That's what I'm going to show you. Okay. So you see back here, I don't have it edge to edge. Okay. So let's do it a little bit differently then. I thought I had it edge to edge, but it did not look like it from the other side. So I might have to trim, like I said, I might have to trim it just a little, and I'm okay with that. Main thing though is I just want to get the main part of it. So it looks like I might have to trim just a little bit there on that one dimensional, which is fine. I'm just going to come over here and do it on the side here, preferably. Did such a good job of making sure it glued down. Okay, there we go. That should do it. Okay. And then I'm just going to sit here and put this down up here. So again, so I've already got tearing tape here, so I'm going to just put tearing tape on here again. On the back. Right? Because I don't need the whole thing down. I just need to get the edges and everything down here. And then we're going to just put it back on the cardstock here. So yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm actually going, if you look at what I'm doing, everything that was a seam that I created, I sit here and just went and covered it with tear and tape. All right, and that way when I adhere it to the card base, that's going to be adhered there as well too. All right, so it's sort of sealing it at one side and I'm sealing it on the other. So yeah, so I usually put this down. Give it this a second. I usually try to do one section at a time if I can, without trying to take on the whole world in one sweep. Okay. Turn tape. Alright, so we're just going to put the bottom down first. So I'm just sort of lining it up so I can see where I'm going with it. Okay. Alright, so I've got that down. Alright, and then we're going to take this right here and I'm going to start on my sides. So I would tell you whatever you're most comfortable with, right? It's all about getting it centered, getting it on there. Whatever's easiest for you. Have to be careful because I actually have that one thumbnail I keep on hitting against something and it causes it to split. So, and that was after I let it grow out too. But anyway, so it's fun to create, right? So I'm always, I don't know about you, but I'm always looking for something. What else can I do, right? What else can I do with this? All right, so with this here, we're going to just put this right over here and we're going to let it cross over. Again, we can put this on here with dimensionals. And dimensionals will fit in the middle of the flowers. Yes, be sure to leave comments because we always do drawings at the end of the month. So we've got everything that's been mailed out now. I think everything was finished up yesterday. So if you didn't give me your address though, then yours isn't coming until I get an address. So if you're one of the winners and I don't have your address, I need you to just give me your address so we can get yours out to you. So see if I spread this out, so I'm going to get this all around so this is lifted the whole thing. Alright, and then what we're going to do is let part of it hang on the bottom, hang over. Just like this, with this in the center. So I had to go, when I did the die cutting, I had to go find something that was bigger than the artwork behind here that I was going to use, right? Now, I always like doing a little Wink of Stella, and we put some bling on here. We need to put a tag, right? But Wink of Stella just gets like a little sparkle. So if you've been watching, following us anytime for the last, we've been doing this now 3 years, it's hard to believe. That Wink of Stella is like our friend, right? It's like, oh my gosh, it adds so much, just a little sparkle, right? I'm going to add some bling, but still just a little sparkle in the flowers. It reminds me of in the morning time. If you've ever gone walking in the morning time or early morning, there's still dew and moisture on all the flowers and different things and all, right? So it just gives you that same look. Now we're going to put a tag on here. So we have choices on our tags. Let's see. We have, let's celebrate you. Friends like you make life beautiful. Let's celebrate you. And I'm so lucky to have you in my life. I think I'm going to go ahead and do the one, friends like you make life beautiful, right? Because I have a number of friends that really touch my life in such a special way. It's always nice to let them know that, right? So that's the purpose of making a handmade card or doing anything, right? Is so that you can communicate that to your friends or, you know, I still owe some people some thank you notes. So this Nana needs to get together. Get it together and get those thank you notes out. I've got most of them out, right? But, you know, when it's family, it's like you feel like you can keep on putting them off. In reality, they're the ones you should most probably get them to first, right? So they're the ones always helping you, supporting you, etc., etc. So, yeah. Okay, let me get this stamped on here. Alright, now we'll just put this, we can easily put this up on dimensionals as well too. Right, this is just a dimensional thing. We'll put it right here. I make sure my little green leaves, state show up down there because you know what? I made a lot of effort to make sure my little green leaves crossed over. So we'll make sure that shows up. Yeah. So yes, so we got our shaker card here. So actually this is the back of the card, right? So it just goes really good with that mossy meadow. And I'm just gonna put that right here. And we're gonna put some bling on here. It comes with the kit. Right? Let's see what I do with this other one. Okay, just sort of scatter them. Alright, good. At least I'll be consistent, right? And do it right here. So this really, the way we've done this, it almost looks like it's a window sheet that we've done to create this, when reality is we didn't. We just used an envelope. A clear envelope. Alright, and see, we can shake it like this. And there's our shaker card. How about that? So it's just that easy to make, just that fun to make, right? So it seems like it's going to be hard and all, but it's really not. Click the wrong thing. That was me. So that wasn't technology. That was actually me, right? So that's how easy it is to make a shaker card. And we could do that with each of the different designs, right, in the kit. And maybe I will, so you'll see what they all look like. But at least I want to show you how to do one and how easy it can make. So with that, there's no reason that you can't go out there, create something, and give it to someone to make their day. So with that, go out there, create, share, and give. And we love your support when you support us here with your comments and all. And we love it also when you support us out there on YouTube and Instagram. Keep that support coming. That's what keeps us going. All right? Be blessed. And I look forward to seeing you next week with Teach Me Nana. Bye.